Okay, today we are going to share with you 5 US stocks to watch in 2025 based on technical analysis. Okay, we are going to show you our system in the later part. So, how many stocks you want to share with us, Andy?
I take 2 lah.
You take 2 Okay, I take 3. Alright. Okay, so number 1 stocks. Okay, guess what is the stocks? Now, number 1 stock that I'm looking at for 2025 is what I call Avago, AVGO, or we call it Broadcom. Okay, Broadcoms. Okay. Alright, so what is the what we call that? What is the reason why the price spiked up? Okay, first thing first, if we look at the chart, right, or if we look at the chart, okay, the price is uptrend. Okay, usually for us, right, the way we do things in the stock market or the strategy that we are using, okay, we like to follow the trend, okay, or we call it trend following. And if you look at the Broadcom stock chart, right, is actually moving upward, uptrend. So this is one of the criteria when we choose the stock.
Expensive.
200 plus. Okay, in US stock market, 200 plus is not expensive. If you compare with Meta, okay, 600 plus.
600.
Wow. Okay, 600 plus. If you compare with what other stock like Nvidia previously before the stock split, more than $1,000. Okay. Broadcom, I believe it has just a stock split.
But why don't look at AMD?
If you want to compare with AMD, alright. Okay, the main problem with the AMD is because if you look at the chart, I think it's downtrend.
Downtrend.
Yeah. Okay, it's downtrend. And let me remind you, okay, today we're going to share with you this stock is based on a technical analysis. Now, first thing, if you look at AMD, right, the stock price is downtrend and it does not what we call that fulfill our criteria. That's number 1 thing, because we are looking at the uptrend stocks. And secondly, if you look at the US market entirely, including the index, Nasdaq is all-time high. Okay, it's all-time high. So in that sense, right, supposedly the individual stock, okay, within the Nasdaq component supposed to do well as well. Okay, including Nvidia, Broadcom, of course another stock like TSM, they are doing quite well. Google's, okay, Amazon as well. But if you look at AMD, okay, it actually moving downward. When the what we call that the US market is new all-time high. Others, potential stock also all-time high. Only AMD is downtrend.
Intel, I think also downtrend.
As of now, we are talking, the price is still, shooting.
Still weak,
still very, very weak. So we don't want our money to be stuck with a very weak stock, but maybe one day they will rebound. But the question is, we do not know when. Okay,
AMD very cheap. Intel very cheap, $20 only.
All right. Okay. So very good question. Now if for certain individual, right, they like to purchase very cheap stocks, okay, or they call it discounted stock or undervalued stocks, Andy. Okay. And if you look at this anchor, all right, it's not wrong, okay, but however the problem is that you have to ask yourself, how long are you going to hold for these stocks? Because every one of us, we have a limited money, and what I want to do is that I want to choose the right stocks that can help me to make more money, okay, within a certain periods, of course. But if you look at these stocks, downtrend, and the price, has not been moving up and is still trading at the what we call that a very weak situations. So that's why based on our criteria, we are not looking at these downtrend stocks. We are focusing on the uptrending, because I believe when the stock is moving upward, they are actually creating a value to their consumer, to their customer. So that's why their customer buying their products, because they're creating a value to them. So of course, when they're creating a value to a consumer, eventually it will reflect in the stock price. And that's why a good company stock price is not cheap. Okay, a good company stock price is not cheap. So that's what I believe. So if you look at the summary of this Broadcom, right, it's actually just reported what we call it the earning, and the outlook this month is actually costing the stock to spike up by 30%. Okay, and it is because of the unique position in the AI. And remember, when we choose the stocks beside uptrend, we also want to choose the stock of the theme of the stocks, okay, or the popular themes, which is AI for 2024. I think AI for 2025 will be doing good as well. So that's another reason that help to push up the stock price. So AI related sales will be able, okay, to what we call that increase the revenue. And of course, AVGO the outperforms, okay, the peer groups in what we call that 2025. So these are the few reasons, okay, which summarize that Broadcom is one of my favorite in 2025. Okay, so what about your stock, Andy? You would like to share your stock?
So for me, right, okay, basically, right, it's actually the first stock I want to talk about is Meta. Okay, so again, Meta, like boring already lah. Okay, so a lot of people they might not be looking at Meta because Meta is already $600. Okay?
Very expensive.
Very expensive,
yeah.
But I will say that some of the stock, right, we would like to choose is to kind of like, you know, we feel that there's a high probability of winning. Okay, so high probability of winning means over the past 10 years, if you look at Meta, okay, it's going up and up and up and up and up. Okay, so you might wonder if Meta can still go higher. Okay, so the first thing, okay, over here, I look at this recently there's this research okay, that is done, and they say, hey, Meta can deliver big EPS, okay, and there's the earnings, okay, the earnings, right, as competitive landscape improve. Okay, so number one, right, okay, number one is TikTok ban. Okay, so if TikTok, right, is getting banned, if Donald Trump whack this TikTok, right, then who is going to benefit? Okay, this Meta might be beneficial. Okay, so you say, you know, TikTok ban has becoming increasing likely after the appeal court upheld, okay, and the previous law requiring the company to divest. Okay, TikTok is expected to earn 12.3 billion in sales in the US in 2024. Okay, so basically, right, you know, if TikTok is going down, then Meta have a better chance. Okay, so Meta's revenue per minutes of users spent on its platform significantly higher than TikTok, and any diversion of traffic to Meta could lead to a big revenue jump. Okay, so basically, number one thing is this thing called, you know, the TikTok thing, you know, and the next thing also, you know, one of the things that we are looking at is this Meta, okay, is getting this AI ready. Okay, do you know that Meta is doing its AI also? So I was saying, you know, Meta is still, you know, something that we are still using every day, Instagram, Facebook, and all that. And Meta, most important thing, Meta is still on the uptrend. Okay, so Meta overall is still on the uptrend, and you know, if you look at it, you know, I would say in 2025, you know, it's still not the crazy. It's still not crazy. The price, you know, is still like not, you know, exponentially high. Okay, still growing, and I would say, you know, as long as you're looking for something that is high probability, or you don't mind holding for long term, I would say this Meta will be good.
I think beside the stock chart, right, beside the news, one thing I like about Meta is actually I like Mark Zuckerberg also.
Oh, Mark Zuckerberg, okay.
I mean, the CEO is quite young. So when we look at the company, we also look at the management, okay? But of course, I do not know their, what we call that, board of member. Wow, that one is too complicated already. But the key person, who is the key person? The CEO of the company. I think Mark Zuckerberg is still young. Okay, now young is one thing. Young, I think he have visions, and
yes.
his vision, you know, he begin to do a lot of things. Like for example, recently they have come out with this new product. It's not a new product. It has been announced quite some time already, but it just recently launched it. Okay, which is quite interesting. So that's why when it has launched it, okay,
what new product?
Virtual glasses.
Oh, virtual glasses. Wow.
Okay.
I saw that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's the thing that when he launched it, yeah, the stock price is actually reflected on the. I mean, the stock price is actually, went up a little bit. Okay. So people are watching. Okay. So that's why it's good. Okay. If they can come out with a new products.
All right. So what's next?
Okay, the next stocks that I want to share with you is called Palantir. Okay, now this Palantir is very interesting. Okay, when the price was at low, right? I think it was only trading at how much? That was after COVID time. Okay, the price was pretty low, and many people say that this stock is going to doesn't go where anymore. Okay, but eventually it came back. Okay, so currently trading at $80.69. Okay, so what is the news or what I like about this stock? Okay, first thing, if you look at the summary, so the price has surged over 30%, driven by the expectation of the role in enhancing government efficiency and progress toward AGI. Okay, what is AGI?
Wow, AGI.
Wow, new thing.
I'm also not sure.
New thing. Okay, so Palantir is a unique data set and it's quite complicated, their products.
Okay, let's find another one.
AGI
is Artificial General Intelligence.
Wow.
Okay. AGI is Artificial General Intelligence.
Something to do with AI. Okay, we learn new thing. Okay. So we usually would not think of Palantir as the developer of the foundation of LLM.
What's LLM?
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
So why do I following to coverage? Alright, so this is a summary of the companies. Okay, so if you look at the stock chart, maybe we can take a look at the stock chart. Alright, so the number one criteria, of course, is uptrend. Okay, and based on NDU system, there was a few blue arrow for us to enter or add positions along the way. But the question is that it already went up a lot, Andy. $80. Let me ask you. Okay. What next?
I think I also don't know, because this one, right, actually I actually bought, right, and then along the way I sell a little bit. I took some profit, and then it's very hard to buy, very hard to get in. So in this case, what I will do is I will just hold on to the share that I'm holding.
I think depends on the strategy that you are using. Okay, if you manage to bought it earlier, okay, yes. Congratulations, you can hold. But however, for people who are not knowing this stock or not buying this stock, it might give you some difficulty to buy at this price, because the price is not cheap right now, and depends on your investment objective. Okay, if you are a bit aggressive traders, then you can apply buy high strategy. Okay, now this buy high strategy is not suitable for everyone. Okay, but because the price never pull back, so it never pull back, they can only buy when the price break out. Okay, price breakout. But however, for people who are having some what we call that moderate risk investor, you might want to wait for the price pullback, because I believe what's go up, it will eventually come down as well.
Okay, so for next stocks, right? Okay, basically, just now we talk about Meta, we talk about this Palantir, we talk about Broadcom. Okay, the next stock I want to talk about is actually Google. Okay, Google. Okay, so again, I'm more on the safer, lower risk kind of view for this 2025. So I look for stock that play safer. Okay, play safer. So for Alphabet, okay, for Google, I would say Google have some kind of a potential. Number one is because the share price didn't really move a lot. Okay, for 2024, right, it's only moved about 35%. Okay, less than 40%. So for Google, Alphabet, okay, it's actually still have quite, it haven't really moved a lot. Okay, haven't really moved a lot. But the most important thing is during the last part here, you see the gap up. Okay, the gap up, right, is actually because this Google actually announced something. Okay, what it announced? It announced what we call the new quantum computing chips.
Wow, what is that?
So quantum computing chips. So that is the one of the recent news. So okay, so you can see Google's quantum computing chips. Okay, below fortifies its moat in AI. Okay, in AI. So Google's quantum Willows chips with 105 qubits enhances AI and quantum's application. So basically, right, these quantum computing chips, is like the next thing, what we need, okay, what we really need. And this will actually kind of power, we got a better power, more powerful things, for AI. Okay, for people who are looking for safer or more big company, trillion-dollar company, mega cap, index stocks, Google is something to look at when it comes to this quantum computing. Okay, so I got this. Okay, so one Meta and one is the Google. Okay, so what for you next?
I think the next one, I think most of you know, okay, Nvidia, okay? NVDA. Now, why Nvidia? Nvidia recently is actually not moving. If you look at the chart, actually, the price, I mean, long term is still uptrend, but the thing is that recently it's just not moving, okay? Probably it's because the market cap hit more than 3 trillions, all right? And some people might think that, it's too expensive right now.
Now it's 139.
Yep.
Let's see next few months we see this video again.
So the key thing is that I think some of you might say this, okay, already went up 139, then you tell us. So that's why I want to share this with you, is that investments you should start as early as possible. Okay, because Nvidia, this stock, we are not sharing it just today. We share with our client, our friends, many years ago when the price was still very cheap.
Okay.
All right. So in US market, right, generally when you buy a very high quality stocks, in long term, it will go up. So one of them is Nvidia. So 2025, I still believe that Nvidia still have potentials because the world is very big. Okay, the world is very big,
okay.
Right? And the chart is still long-term uptrend. So this few days, there is a signal. Okay, can you tell us more about this signal?
So this signal, right, is a bottom signal. Okay, so bottom signal works very well on this kind of good quality stocks, big company, and those stocks that is generally on the uptrend. Okay, so every time on the uptrend, when there's a bottom signal, means it's not expensive, means there's some discount. Okay, so now recently there's a bottom signal, means that this is a short-term support level. So as long as price is above this bottom signal, that means this bottom is actually quite strong. Okay, there is a rebound. From the bottom signal. So that's a good sign.
Yep, I think semiconductor, especially the computer chip, the demand is increasing. And one of the area I think we are always talking about is the data center. So you can see that the number of data centers has been built by a certain company is increasing as well, because they need the data center, okay, to store the YouTube video for you. Okay, so they also need a data center to store your Facebook picture and video, right? Okay. So 2025, okay, they are 5 stocks that we mentioned. Number 1 is Broadcom. Number 2, Palantir. Number 3, Nvidia. What about Andy?
Number 4 is Meta, and number 5 is Google.
So you can see that the way we invest in a stock, we are looking at high quality company using technical analysis to identify when is the best time to enter and when is the best time to exit.
Alright, okay, so that's the end of this video. Okay, so if you want to find out more, do like and subscribe to this channel, and see you in the next video.
So see you, subscribe to our channels and hit like, and see you in the next videos.